June 1944. England. Major Henry Rand stares at the B-17 packed with 10 tons of the most powerful explosive in existence. He's been ordered to fly it. The mission: take off, arm the payload, and bail out, while a mothership guides the hollowed-out bomber into Nazi bunkers using primitive radio control. 3 weeks later, Joseph Kennedy Jr. volunteers. He wants to be the hero his family expects. At 6:20 p.m., his aircraft explodes in midair. 21,000 pounds of Torpex detonate with the force of a small nuclear weapon. The mushroom cloud is visible from 90 miles away. This is Operation Aphrodite. 16 pilots killed, 126 civilians dead. A secret program trying to invent the future of warfare through desperation. Every modern drone traces back to these men who flew bombs and jumped out, hoping desperation could win a war. It took 80 years to work. Someone had to fly it first.
June 4th, 1944. First Field Air Base, Norfolk, England. Major Henry James Rand stands in front of a B-17 flying fortress that looks like someone gutted it with a hacksaw and left it to die. Serial number 42-30066. Rand knows this aircraft. He watched it take off on March 14th, carrying his friend Bobby Chen. Navigator, 19 years old. Kid from San Francisco who'd never seen snow until he shipped to England. Chen's B-17 got hit by flak over Bremen. Went down trailing fire, no parachutes. All 10 crew members burned to death at 22,000 feet. This aircraft was salvaged, repaired, and now it sits on the tarmac completely hollow. No bombardier station, no navigator table where Chen used to plot courses, no ball turret, no guns, nothing. Just bare aluminium ribs and empty space. Rand is staring at it when Lieutenant Colonel Fane Poole walks up behind him. Poole commands the 388th Bombardment Group. He has that look career officers get when they're about to order you to do something that will probably kill you. "Major Rand," Poole says, "walk with me." They circle the aircraft. Poole talks. Rand listens. What Poole describes sounds like a suicide mission wrapped in a science experiment and dipped in gasoline. "We are going to pack this aircraft with 10 tons of Torpex explosive. That is 20,000 pounds. 20 tons of TNT equivalent. You and a co-pilot will take off, climb to 2,000 feet, activate a radio control system, arm the payload, and then bail out over the English Channel. A mothership will guide the aircraft to the target using remote control. The B-17 becomes a guided missile, a flying bomb." Rand stops walking. "You want me to fly 10 tons of explosives, then jump out of it before impact. What if the radio fails? Then you ride it into the target or you bail out over the channel and pray air-sea rescue finds you before hypothermia does. What if it explodes during takeoff?" Poole looks at him without blinking. "Then you will be vaporized along with most of this airbase, and we will scrape what is left of you into a very small coffin." Before Rand can respond, an explosion tears across the airfield. Half a mile away, near Hangar 7. Black smoke, orange flames, men screaming. A fuel truck has detonated. The blast throws a mechanic 30 feet. He does not get up. Poole does not even flinch. That was 1,000 gallons of aviation gasoline. You will be sitting on 20,000 pounds of Torpex, the most powerful non-nuclear explosive in existence. Still interested? Rand watches the fire crews sprint toward the burning wreckage. 3 mechanics are dead. He can see body bags being unrolled. He thinks about Chen, about the promise he made to Chen's mother in a letter. "I will bring your son home." He did not bring Chen home. He brought a telegram that said, "Killed in action." Maybe this is how you pay that debt. Maybe 10 tons of explosives make up for one broken promise. "When do we start?" Rand asks. The numbers are worse than Poole admits. Since January 1944, the The 8th Air Force has lost 2,548 heavy bombers over Europe. That is 25,480 men, dead, missing, or prisoners. The Germans are shooting down aircraft faster than American factories can build them. Some bombardment groups are losing 15% of their strength on a single mission. Crews are flying, knowing they have a 1 in 4 chance of not coming home. And the targets are getting harder. The Germans have learned. They have moved everything underground. V-2 rocket assembly plants buried in mountains. Submarine pens protected by 16 feet of reinforced concrete. Launch sites hidden in forests. Traditional bombing does not work anymore. RB-17 carries 6,000 pounds of bombs. You need direct hits from dozens of aircraft to crack a hardened bunker. By the time you mass that much force, the Germans have moved the equipment somewhere else. General Karl Spaatz, commanding US strategic air forces in Europe, has been reading intelligence reports about German wonder weapons. The V-1 flying bomb is already hitting London. 2,000 civilians dead in 2 weeks. The V-2 rocket is worse. Supersonic. No warning, just sudden death from space. Intelligence indicates the Germans are building something even more insane. A supergun. Codename Hochdruckpumpe. High-pressure pump, 50 barrels in a single bunker complex near Mimoyekes, France. Each barrel 416 feet long. It can fire 600 shells per hour at London from across the English Channel. The bunker is protected by 20 feet of reinforced concrete. No bomb in the American arsenal can touch it. On May 26th, Spaatz approves a proposal codenamed Operation Aphrodite. Use war-weary bombers as guided missiles. Strip them. Pack them with explosives. Fly them to handoff altitude. Bail out. Let radio control finish the job. The goddess of love will deliver death. By early June, engineers at Fersfield are converting the first aircraft. They remove everything. Guns, armour, oxygen systems, crew positions, anything that weighs an ounce. An empty B-17 weighs 32,000 pounds. They strip it down to 24,000. Then they start adding explosives. Torpex. British invention. 50% more powerful than TNT. More stable than anything else available. They pack it everywhere. Bomb bay, waist section, radio compartment, tail section. Wooden crates stacked floor to ceiling. Each crate stenciled with weight and explosive type. Final payload, 20,000 pounds, 10 tons of death in an aircraft designed to carry 6,000 pounds of bombs. The radio control system is primitive. 2 FM transmitters in the mothership. 1 controls autopilot, 1 controls arming. Receiving equipment in the drone weighs 450 pounds. Vacuum tubes, relays, servo motors wired to flight controls. In testing, it works 60% of the time. 60% is terrible odds when you are sitting on 10 tons of explosives. Crew selection is voluntary. Rand volunteers because someone has to, and because he cannot stand watching more kids like Chen burn to death over Germany. His co-pilot is Lieutenant John Fisher, age 23, former navigator. His pilot died in his arms over Munich, bled out from flak wounds while Fisher held pressure on a wound the size of a dinner plate. Fisher wants revenge. He wants to kill Germans in a way that matters. They train for 2 weeks. Takeoff procedures with massive overweight. Activating autopilot, arming explosives, setting radio receivers, bailing out at low altitude. Everything has to happen in perfect sequence, or they die. On June 12th, they fly the first test mission. No explosives, just ballast. Sandbags to simulate weight. Rand takes off at dawn. The B-17 handles like a garbage truck full of concrete. Sluggish, heavy. Every control input delayed by seconds. He climbs to 2,000 feet over the channel. Fisher activates the radio control system. The autopilot engages. The control column moves by itself. Like a ghost is flying. Fisher checks the panel. All green lights. The drone is responding to the mothership 3 miles behind them. Time to go, Rand says. His hands are shaking. He has bailed out of damaged aircraft twice before. This is different. This time he is jumping on purpose. Fisher opens the cockpit hatch. Wind tears at them. 140 miles per hour of freezing air. Fisher goes first. He steps onto the narrow catwalk, grabs the ripcord, jumps, and his parachute does not open. Rand watches in horror. Fisher is falling, tumbling. The static line tangled. Fisher is screaming. Rand can hear it over the wind. At 500 feet, Fisher's reserve chute deploys. The canopy blossoms. Fisher stops falling. Barely. Rand does not hesitate. He jumps. His chute opens normally. He floats down. Below him, Fisher is vomiting into his Mae West life preserver. They land in the channel. Water temperature 52 degrees. Cold enough to kill in 30 minutes. Air-sea rescue picks them up in 20. Fisher is hypothermic, shaking. His lips are blue. That night, Fisher vomits for an hour. Rand sits with him. Neither of them speaks. The next morning, Fisher shows up for the next training flight. "You are insane," Rand tells him. Fisher just nods. "Probably, but I am not letting Germans kill more of us because I am too scared to jump." The first combat mission is scheduled for June 23rd. Target V2 storage bunker at Watton, France. Previous raids have hit it with 1,200 tons of conventional bombs. The structure is scorched but intact. Concrete walls 15 feet thick, buried under 30 feet of earth. Aphrodite 1 carries 10 tons of Torpex. If it hits, the explosion will be equivalent to a small nuclear weapon. Rand and Fisher take off at 0530 hours. The runway at Fursfield is 6,000 feet long. They use every inch. The B-17 climbs at 200 feet per minute, painfully slow. Behind them, the mothership follows. Two pilots monitor the radio control panel, Major Thomas, Captain Richards. At 2,000 feet over the channel, Fisher activates autopilot. Green lights. The drone responds to test commands. Rand arms the explosives. 2 switches. 1 activates detonators. 1 sets impact fuse. Anything solid at 100 miles per hour will detonate 10 tons of Torpex. His hands are shaking again. Sweat runs down his back despite the cold. He is sitting on a live bomb. If German fighters appear now, if they get hit by flak, if anything goes wrong, he and Fisher will not even leave bodies. Fisher keys the radio. Aphrodite 1. Handoff complete. Departing aircraft. They open the hatch. Wind screams. Fisher jumps first. Clean exit. Chute deploys immediately. Rand takes one last look at the instrument panel, then he jumps. The parachute jerks hard. He watches the B-17 continue flying without them. The mothership circles overhead. The drone turns south toward France. They land in the channel. Cold, wet, alive. Above them, the drone crosses the French coast at 1,800 feet. German anti-aircraft fire opens up. Flak bursts around it. 1 shell detonates close. The B-17 shudders. Autopilot compensates. It continues. 5 miles from target, 2 FW-190s appear. German fighters. They close on the drone. Lead fighter opens fire. Cannon shells tear into the wing. Right engine catches fire. The drone does not evade. Cannot evade. Autopilot maintains heading and altitude. The fighters make another pass. More hits. The mothership transmits emergency dive command. The drone descends. Straight at the bunker. 1 mile out. The German pilots realize this is not a normal bomber. They break off. 1/2 mile. German soldiers on the ground see it coming. They run. The B-17 hits the bunker at 200 miles per hour. 10 tons of Torpex detonate. The explosion is visible from England, 90 miles away. A mushroom cloud rises 3,000 feet. The shockwave kills 47 German soldiers in trenches 1/2 mile from the bunker. Their lungs collapse from overpressure. Windows shatter in Dover, across the Channel. Seismographs in London register an earthquake. When reconnaissance aircraft fly over the next day, the bunker is gone. Not damaged. Gone. A crater 200 feet wide. 60 feet deep. Everything within 500 yards has ceased to exist. Rand and Fisher float in the channel in their May Wests. They see the mushroom cloud. Fisher vomits again. Rand just stares. They have created a weapon that should not exist. Air Sea Rescue pulls them out 30 minutes later. They are taken back to Fursfield. Poole is waiting. Perfect execution, Poole says. Command wants 12 more missions. Immediately. Fisher looks at Rand. His face is white. His hands are still shaking. Rand thinks about Chen, about the promise he could not keep, about the crater where a bunker used to be. When do we fly again? Rand asks. August 12th, 1944. RAF, Fursfield. Lieutenant Joseph Patrick Kennedy Jr. stands in front of a PB-4Y-1 Liberator that has been converted into 21,000 pounds of violent death. Kennedy is 29 years old, handsome, rich, son of Joseph Kennedy Sr., former US Ambassador to Britain, brother of Jack Kennedy, who is already a war hero after that PT-109 business in the Pacific. Joe Jr. has flown 25 combat missions as a patrol bomber pilot, anti-submarine duty, hunting U-boats in the freezing Atlantic. He has done his time. His tour is complete. He could go home. He is not going home. His younger brother Jack got a Navy and Marine Corps medal and a Purple Heart for getting his patrol boat cut in half by a Japanese destroyer. The newspapers loved it. Hero skipper saves crew. Life magazine did a 4-page spread. Jack's face on newsstands across America. Joe Jr. has flown 25 missions and nobody knows his name. That ends today. The aircraft in front of him is Navy designation PB-4Y-1. The Army calls it a B-24 Liberator. This one has been stripped like all the others. No guns, no crew positions, just explosives packed into every available space. But this is not Army Operation Aphrodite. This is Navy Operation Anvil. Different service, different command. Same insane concept. The Navy wants to prove they can do it better than the Army. The target is Mimoyekes, France, the site where Germans are building the Hochdruckpumpe supergun. 50 barrels, 400 feet long each, capable of firing 600 shells per hour at London from 95 miles away. If it becomes operational, London burns. The RAF hit it with tallboy earthquake bombs, 12,000 pounds each. The bunker survived. The concrete is too thick, 20 feet of reinforced steel and concrete embedded in chalk cliffs. Nothing conventional can penetrate it, so the Navy is sending Kennedy with a flying bomb. Kennedy's co-pilot is Lieutenant Wilford John Willey, age 35, oldest pilot in the program. Willey has a wife and 2 kids back in Fort Worth, Texas. He volunteers because the Navy needs experienced pilots and because Willey does not know how to say no to orders. They have been training for 3 weeks. The procedure sounds simple. Take off. Climb to 2,000 feet. Activate radio control. Arm explosives. Bail out. Mothership guides the drone to target. Mission complete. Simple on paper. Suicidal in reality. The PB-4Y-1 is packed with 21,170 pounds of Torpex. More than the Army aircraft because the Navy needs to prove superiority. The explosive is loaded in wooden boxes. Bomb bay, waist section, tail, everywhere. Walking through the aircraft is walking through a bomb factory where one spark vaporizes you and everything within half a mile. The radio control system is newer than the Army version. RCA television cameras in the nose. The mothership can see what the drone sees. Cutting-edge technology for 1944. It works 70% of the time in testing. 70% is still terrible when you are flying a bomb. Kennedy walks around the aircraft with Commander James Smith, who coordinates Operation Anvil. Smith is Navy career. He does not like that Army Aphrodite is getting all the publicity. Anvil needs a success. A big one. Kennedy is supposed to deliver it. The Kennedy name helps. If Joe Jr. pulls this off, newspapers will love it. Ambassador's son risks life in secret mission. Navy gets headlines. Navy gets funding. Everybody wins. Unless something goes wrong. Then a Kennedy dies, and the political fallout buries the program forever. Smith reviews the flight plan. Standard procedure: take off, fly northeast over the channel, climb to 2,000 feet, hand off to mothership, bail out. Mothership guides drone across France to Mimoyekoy. Impact: done. What about German fighters? Kennedy asks. P-51 escort until bailout. After that, the drone is alone, but it will be flying low and fast. Fighters will struggle to intercept. And flak? You will be over the channel when you bail out. Flak is not a factor until the drone reaches France. By then, you will be in the water waiting for rescue. Kennedy nods. He has thought about this constantly. The risk, the reward, the headlines. He has written letters home, just in case. Told his father he is flying a special mission, but cannot give details. Security. His father will understand when it is over. When Joe Jr. is the hero. When Joe Jr. is the one on magazine covers. Willie is less enthusiastic. He sits on a crate of Torpex smoking a cigarette. Kennedy watches him nervously. Relax, Willie says. Torpex does not detonate from cigarettes. Needs an actual detonator. Besides, if I was worried about dying, I would not have volunteered to fly a giant bomb. You think about your kids? Kennedy asks. Every damn day. Willie flicks ash. That is why I am doing this. I want them growing up in a world where German superguns do not exist, where they read in history books how we beat the Nazis, how we did impossible things. He looks at Kennedy. Why are you doing this? Kennedy hesitates. The truth is complicated. He is doing this because Jack got famous and Joe Jr. did not. Because being an ambassador's son means everyone expects greatness, and 25 anti-submarine patrols do not count as greatness. Because if he pulls this off, he will be the Kennedy everyone remembers, the one who mattered. But he does not say that. To end the war faster, Kennedy says, same as you. Willie nods. He does not believe it. He does not push. August 12th, 1744 hours. Late afternoon sun slanting across Fursfield. Kennedy and Willie board the PB-4Y1. 2 enlisted men accompany them. Staff Sergeant Philip Enterline and Sergeant Elmer Most. They will assist with radio control activation. They will bail out first, then Willie, then Kennedy last. Aircraft commander leaves last. That is the rule. The engines start. 4 Pratt and Whitney are 1830 radials. 14 cylinders each. 1,200 horsepower per engine. The sound is deafening. The aircraft shakes. 21,000 pounds of Torpex shakes with it. Kennedy advances throttles. The PB-4Y1 rolls forward, heavy, struggling. The runway at Fursfield is 6,000 feet. They use almost all of it. Rotation speed 110 miles per hour. Kennedy pulls back. The nose lifts. The aircraft climbs, barely, airborne at 1,750 hours. Kennedy turns northeast toward the channel, climbing slowly, 200 feet per minute. Behind them, the mothership follows. Call sign Zoot Suit Black. A B-17 fitted with radio control equipment and television receivers. 2 pilots. Major Henry Stimson, Captain Frederick Bradfield. They watch the TV feed from Kennedy's aircraft. Grainy black and white image. Clouds, sky, horizon. Kennedy levels at 2,000 feet over the channel. Enterline and Most move to the radio control panel, flipping switches, checking connections. The autopilot should engage automatically. It does not. Enterline cycles the switches again. Nothing. He checks wiring, finds a loose connection, tightens it. The autopilot engages. Green light. Kennedy exhales. For a moment he thought they would have to abort. Return to base with 21,000 pounds of armed Torpex. Land with a live bomb. That would have been worse than jumping. All systems green. The drone responds to commands from Zoot Suit Black. Time to leave. Willie opens the nose hatch. Wind roars in. 140 miles per hour of freezing air. The 4 men will exit through the nose. Enterline first, then Most, then Willie, then Kennedy. Enterline moves to the hatch. He is 22 years old. He looks terrified. Most puts a hand on his shoulder. You will be fine. Just pull the cord. Shoot does the rest. Enterline nods. He looks back at Kennedy one last time. See you at the debrief, Kennedy says. Try not to land in the channel. Water is cold. Enterline manages a weak smile. Then he jumps. Gone. Most follows immediately. Clean exit. Shoot deploys. He floats down toward the water. Willie moves to the hatch. He pauses. Looks at Kennedy. Try not to die. I have money on you making it. Kennedy grins. Same to you. Willie jumps. His chute blossoms. He is falling away from the aircraft, getting smaller. Kennedy is alone. The aircraft flies itself now. Autopilot engaged. Zoot Suit Black transmitting commands. Kennedy can see the mothership 3 miles behind. Everything is working. Everything is perfect. He moves to the arming panel. 2 switches. Red safety covers. The explosives are inert until he activates the detonators. Once armed, any impact over 100 miles per hour will trigger detonation. He keys the radio. Zoot Suit Black. This is Kennedy. Preparing to arm payload. Roger that. Stimson's voice. Proceed with arming sequence. Then get out of there. Kennedy flips up the first safety cover. His hand hovers over the switch. Something feels wrong. The autopilot is hunting. Small oscillations. The aircraft should be stable by now. Rock solid. But it is wobbling slightly. Pitch and yaw variations. He keys the radio again. Zoot Suit Black. Autopilot showing instability. Should I delay arming? A pause. Static crackles. Then Stimson responds. Negative. Instability is within acceptable parameters. Proceed with arming. Kennedy flips up the second safety cover, both switches exposed, red toggles. His fingers rest on them. He thinks about Jack, about the headlines, about his father reading that Joe Jr. won the war, that Joe Jr. was the brave one, the one who mattered. He flips the first switch. Click. Armed. The radio crackles. Strange interference. A high-pitched whine building in frequency. Kennedy frowns. What the hell is that? He reaches for the second switch. At 1820 hours, the PB-4Y1 explodes. Not on impact, not over France. In midair over Suffolk, England. The explosion is not instantaneous. It is a cascade. First, the Torpex in the tail section detonates. A faulty detonator, or static electricity, or radio interference. Nobody will ever know. The initial blast triggers sympathetic detonation in the waist section, then the bomb bay, then the nose. 4 massive explosions in 0.3 of 1 second, each feeding the next, each amplifying the destruction. Joseph Kennedy has 1/10 of 1 second. His brain registers something is wrong. His hand moves toward the controls. He never completes the motion. The fireball reaches 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than a blast furnace, hot enough to melt steel. Kennedy and Willie do not burn. They vaporize. Molecular bonds shatter. Flesh, bone, flight suits, dog tags convert to superheated gas. They cease to exist as matter. They become energy. The shock wave expands at 26,000 feet per second, 8 times the speed of sound. It hits the ground in 9/100 of 1 second. On the ground, witnesses see a second sun appear in the sky. A farmer in Blithburg, 2 miles from the explosion, is thrown from his tractor by the shock wave. He lands 30 feet away, 3 ribs broken. He will never hear properly again. A woman in Halesworth watches a piece of aircraft engine crash through her roof, through her ceiling, and embed itself in her kitchen floor. The engine fragment weighs 200 pounds. It misses her by 6 feet. Windows shatter in villages 5 miles away. Trees snap. Hedgerows ignite from falling debris. The crater is 200 feet wide, 60 feet deep. Everything within a quarter mile is scorched black. Debris falls for 11 minutes. Metal fragments, wire, pieces of propeller blade, bits of aircraft structure twisted into abstract shapes. The largest intact piece ever found weighs 11 pounds. No human remains are ever recovered. Kennedy and Willie are gone. Completely. Vaporized at the molecular level. In their parachutes over the channel, Enterline, Most and Willie hear the explosion. They look up. Where the PB4Y1 was seconds ago, there is now a mushroom cloud and a rain of fire. Most vomits into his oxygen mask. Enterline just stares. Willie screams Kennedy's name. No answer. Just the wind and the distant roar of burning debris hitting water. In Zoot Suit Black, Stimson and Bradfield watch their television screen go white. Pure white. Overload, then static, then nothing. Stimson keys the radio. Anvil 4, respond. Silence. Anvil 4. Do you read? Nothing. Kennedy, respond. The radio is dead. Stimson looks at Bradfield. His face is white. Oh God. We told him to arm it. We told him to proceed. Bradfield does not respond. He is staring at the mushroom cloud rising over England. The Navy launches an immediate investigation. What caused the explosion? The arming switches had been activated. Kennedy had flipped one. Maybe both. But the explosives should not have detonated. Not in flight, not without impact. Theories emerge. Static electricity from the radio transmitters. German radio jamming triggering the detonators. A faulty fuse. A damaged relay. Every theory is plausible. None can be proven. The evidence has been vaporized. The investigation concludes. Probable cause indeterminate. Ambassador Joseph Kennedy Sr. receives the telegram at his home in Hyannisport, Massachusetts. August 13th. Morning. He is reading the newspaper when a Navy officer arrives at the door. The officer hands him the telegram. Ambassador Kennedy reads it. Twice. He sits down in his chair. He does not speak for 3 hours. His wife Rose tries to comfort him. He does not respond. When he finally speaks, his voice is hollow. It should have been me making that decision, not him. He was following orders. Whose orders? Nobody answers. Jack Kennedy is in the Pacific, Tulagi Island. He receives word 4 days later. August 17th. He is sitting in a Quonset hut, writing a letter to a girl back home. An officer enters, hands him a telegram. Jack reads it. Once, he folds it carefully, puts it in his pocket. He does not cry. He does not speak. He walks outside and sits on the beach. He stays there for 6 hours, staring at the ocean, not moving. A fellow officer asks if he is okay. Jack does not answer. Years later, when John Fitzgerald Kennedy is President of the United States, a reporter asks about his brother. The interview is 1962. The Cuban Missile Crisis has just ended. Kennedy looks exhausted, haunted. The reporter asks, "Your brother Joe was a war hero. Do you think about him often?" Kennedy's response is careful, measured. Joe was better than me at everything. Smarter, braver, more disciplined. He would have made a better president. He would have made better decisions. The reporter pushes. He died in a classified mission. Can you tell us what happened? Kennedy's face hardens. He died testing a weapon that did not work, following orders that should not have been given. Because someone in command thought 21,000 pounds of explosives was an acceptable risk for an experimental program with a 30% success rate. Do you think it was worth it? Kennedy stares at the reporter. His eyes are cold. What do you think? The interview ends. In Kennedy's White House office, there is a photograph on the wall. Joe Jr. in his Navy flight suit, standing in front of a PB-4Y Liberator, smiling, confident, alive. The photograph stays there until November 22, 1963. Operation Anvil continues for 2 more weeks after Kennedy's death. 3 more missions. 1 aircraft explodes on takeoff, killing both pilots. 1 misses the target by 4 miles and destroys a barn. 1 hits a church in occupied France, killing 16 civilians. On August 30th, 1944, the Navy cancels Operation Anvil. Too dangerous, too unreliable, not worth the casualties. Operation Aphrodite, the Army program, continues until January 1945. Total missions, 14. Successful hits, 4. Aircraft lost to premature explosion, 3. Pilots killed, 16. Strategic targets actually destroyed, 2. Success rate, 28%. Casualty rate, 40%. Joseph Kennedy Jr. died because vacuum tubes failed, because 1944 radio control was not reliable, because the technology was 30 years ahead of its time, because someone decided winning the war was worth testing experimental weapons with human lives. But Operation Aphrodite does not stop after Kennedy dies. Despite 3 premature explosions, despite 16 dead pilots, despite a 28% success rate, because Major Henry Rand is still flying, and he has just volunteered for another mission, the most dangerous one yet. They are sending him back, with 10 tons of Torpex, and the same radio control system that killed Kennedy. Rand knows the odds. He knows what happened to Kennedy. He flies anyway. September 3rd, 1944, 3 weeks after Kennedy's death. Fursfield Air Base. Major Henry Rand stands in the briefing room staring at a map of Germany. His hands are not shaking anymore. That is worse. It means he has accepted that he is probably going to die. Colonel Fian Poole stands at the front of the room. Behind him, the map shows a red line stretching from England across the Channel, across France, across Belgium, deep into Germany. The line ends at Berlin. "This is insane," Captain Thomas says. He flew the mothership on the WWII mission, the one that worked. He knows the system. He knows its limitations. You are asking us to fly 400 miles into German territory. The radio control barely works at 10 miles. At 400 miles, we will lose signal a dozen times. Poole nods, which is why we are using the new television guidance system. The drone has cameras in the nose. The mothership sees what the drone sees. We can steer it visually all the way to target. Thomas laughs. It is not a happy sound. The television system works 60% of the time in testing. 60%. And you want to fly at 400 miles into the most heavily defended airspace in Europe. The target is critical, Poole says. His voice is flat, tired. The Reichsbank in Berlin. Intelligence indicates the Germans are storing gold reserves there, billions in stolen assets. If we destroy it, we cripple their ability to fund the war effort. Rand speaks for the first time. That is not why we are doing this. Poole looks at him. Everyone looks at him. We are doing this because Eisenhower wants a propaganda victory. Rand continues. Kennedy died 3 weeks ago. The newspapers are starting to ask questions. Secret Navy mission. Ambassador's son. Mysterious explosion. We need a success. A big one. So we are going to Berlin. Not because the target matters. Because the headlines matter. Poole does not deny it. Can you fly the mission? Rand thinks about Fisher, his co-pilot, the kid who survived a tangled parachute at 500 feet. Fisher volunteered again after Kennedy died. He keeps volunteering. Rand does not understand why. I can fly it, Rand says, but I will not. Not with the television system, not 400 miles. The odds are suicide. The odds have always been suicide, Poole says. The odds were 30%. Now they are what? 5%? Poole slides a folder across the table. Rand opens it. Photographs. A B-17 crashed in a field. Another in pieces across a French village. A crater where an aircraft exploded on takeoff. After action reports. Classified. Red stamps across every page. Since Kennedy died, Poole says quietly, we have flown 6 missions. 3 aircraft exploded prematurely. 1 crashed into the channel. 1 missed the target by 11 miles and destroyed a monastery. 1 hit the target. 1 success in 6 attempts. 16%. Then cancel the program, Rand says. Eisenhower will not allow it. Too much invested. Too much publicity. Poole looks at Rand. You are the best pilot we have. If anyone can reach Berlin, it is you. And if I refuse, then I will find someone else, someone less experienced, someone more likely to die. Poole's voice is cold. This mission is happening, with you or without you. Rand closes the folder. When do we fly? Tomorrow. 600 hours. That night, Rand writes letters. 1 to his mother. 1 to his sister. He tries to write to Chen's mother, the navigator who burned to death over Bremen. Rand promised her he would bring Bobby home. He did not. He cannot find words that make that broken promise mean anything. He leaves the page blank. Fisher finds him in the barracks. You are actually doing this. Berlin. 400 miles. You are actually flying. Rand does not look up. So are you. Fisher sits down, lights a cigarette. His hands shake. I have been having nightmares every night since the first mission. I dream I am falling. The parachute does not open. I fall forever, never hit the ground, just falling. He takes a drag. Then I wake up and I am still here, still alive, and I do not understand why. You do not have to fly tomorrow. Yes, I do, Fisher says, because if I do not, someone else will, someone who has not survived a parachute failure, someone who does not know how to be afraid properly. Fear keeps you alive. The guys who are not afraid, they die. September 4th, 1944. 05:45 hours. Pre-dawn darkness. Rand and Fisher walk to their aircraft. B-17 serial number 4, 2-3-1285. 67 combat missions before retirement. The nose art has been painted over. Dull grey. The aircraft has no name now, just a number. 10 tons of Torpex packed inside, television cameras in the nose, radio control receivers throughout. Everything that can break. 2 enlisted men are already aboard. Sergeant Raymond Moore, Corporal James Daly. They will assist with radio activation. They will bail out first over the channel before the aircraft crosses into enemy territory. Fisher walks around the aircraft one last time, checking control surfaces, inspecting engines, thorough, methodical. He knows this is probably the last time he will see this aircraft. He wants to remember it. They board at 05:55 hours. Engine start. The aircraft shakes. Always shakes. Rand advances throttles. The B-17 rolls forward. Takeoff at 06:03 hours. Clean. They climb into pre-dawn grey. Behind them, the mothership follows. Call sign Kingpin. Major Thomas, Captain Richards. They have the television receivers. They will guide the drone to Berlin if the system works. At 2,000 feet over the channel, Moore and Daly activate radio control. Autopilot engages. The aircraft flies itself. Moore checks the panel. All green lights. Television feed transmitting. Kingpin confirms reception. Time to leave, Rand says. Moore and Daly bail out. Clean exits. Chutes deploy. Air-sea rescue boats are waiting below. Fisher moves to the hatch. He pauses, looks at Rand. If this works, what do you think they will say about us? Rand shrugs. Probably nothing. Classified for 30 years. By the time anyone knows, we will be old men. Or dead. Fisher nods. He jumps. Chute deploys. Gone. Rand is alone. He moves to the arming panel. 2 switches. He has done this 3 times. It never gets easier. He flips both switches. Armed, 20,000 pounds of Torpex ready to detonate on impact. He keys the radio. Kingpin, this is Rand. Payload armed. Departing aircraft. Roger, get out of there. Rand moves to the hatch, looks back one last time. The instrument panel, empty crew positions. Crates of Torpex stacked everywhere. This aircraft is a weapon now, not a fortress. He jumps. Parachute deploys. He watches the B-17 fly away. Kingpin circles overhead. The drone turns southeast, toward France, toward Belgium, toward Germany, toward Berlin. Rand lands in the Channel. Cold water. Inflates his May West. Air Sea Rescue picks him up within 20 minutes. They take him to a motor launch. Fisher is there. Moore, Darley. They watch the horizon. Waiting. Kingpin reports every 10 minutes. Drone crossed French coast. Over Belgium. Television feed holding. Drone responding to commands. Everything is working. At 1,800 feet over France, everything stops working. Kingpin's voice crackles over the radio. Contact, 4 German fighters, FW-19Os. Closing on the drone, Rand grips the railing of the launch. His knuckles turn white. That is my aircraft. I armed those explosives. Thomas's voice from Kingpin. They are attacking, cannon fire. The drone is hit. Right engine smoking. Fisher stands next to Rand. If they hit the Torpex, if the payload detonates, the explosion will be visible from here, 60 miles away. On the television screen in Kingpin, Thomas and Richards watch the German fighters circle for another pass. The lead FW-190 opens fire. Cannon shells walk across the B-17's wing. The right engine explodes. Not the Torpex, just the engine. But flames spread. Evasive manoeuvres, Richards says. Thomas tries. The drone turns. Sluggish. Too slow. The damaged engine trails fire. The television feed flickers. The image breaks up. Static. Then clear again. The German fighters make a third pass. More hits. Left wing shredded. The drone shudders. Begins descending. Uncontrolled. In the rescue launch, Rand listens. His hands shake. Please do not hit a town. Please just hit empty field. Woods. Anything empty. Thomas's voice. Strained. Drone is going down. Losing altitude fast. We are losing television signal. Image breaking up. Where is it? Rand asks. Fisher checks the map. If it maintained heading somewhere over western Germany. Near Cologne. The radio crackles. Static. Then Thomas again. Television feed is gone. Lost signal completely. Drone last observed descending through 800 feet. Location approximately 40 miles east of Cologne. We have lost contact. Minutes pass. Silence. Then a new voice. British reconnaissance aircraft. This is Spitfire 27. I have visual on a large explosion. Ground impact. Coordinates follow. Poole's voice from Fursfield. Casualties? Unknown at this time. Large crater visible. Smoke. Will circle for damage assessment. The assessment arrives 6 hours later. Rand and Fisher are back at Fursfield. In the debriefing room, Poole enters. His face is grey. He carries a folder. Classified stamps. Red ink. He does not sit down. Just stands there, holding the folder. The drone hit a village, Poole says. Neukirchen. Population 600. The impact point was 300 yards from the village school. Rand feels his stomach drop. Poole opens the folder. Reconnaissance photos. Black and white. Grainy. A crater 150 feet wide. Surrounding buildings collapsed. Debris everywhere. And bodies. Small bodies. The shockwave collapsed the school. Poole's voice is hollow. 47 casualties, ages 6 to 14. Another 23 injured. Most will not survive. German civilians. Children. Rand stares at the photos. He cannot look away. Cannot breathe. Fisher vomits into a trash can. It was an accident, Poole says. The drone malfunctioned. German fighters damaged it. It crashed. An accident. Rand's voice is barely a whisper. We launched a flying bomb with a 14% success rate into occupied territory, and you call 47 dead children an accident? Poole does not answer. Rand stands. His chair falls backward. We killed children. 10 tons of Torpex on a schoolhouse. For nothing. Not Berlin, not the Reichsbank. A German village 200 miles from the target. He looks at Poole. How many more missions? How many more accidents? Poole closes the folder. No more missions. Eisenhower suspended the program this morning. Pending review. Fisher wipes his mouth. We are done. You are done, Poole says. Effective immediately. Operation Aphrodite is over. But it is not over. Not really. They fly 3 more missions before January 1945. 3 more drones. 1 explodes on takeoff. 1 misses by 4 miles and destroys a barn. 1 hits a church in occupied France. 16 civilians dead. On January 27, 1945, the U.S. Army Air Force officially terminates Operation Aphrodite. Total missions, 14. Aircraft lost, 7. Pilots and crew killed, 16. Enemy targets destroyed, 2. Civilian casualties, 126. German, French, Belgian. Success rate, 14%. The program costs $47 million, equivalent to $800 million today, for 2 bunkers and 126 dead civilians. The official report, classified until 1991, concludes television guidance systems and radio control technology are insufficient for long-range precision strike missions. Manned aircraft remain superior to unmanned systems. Recommend discontinuation of all guided drone programs. The recommendation is ignored. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Rand stands outside a small house. Bobby Chen's mother lives here. Rand has avoided this for 2 years. But he promised. He said he would explain. Mrs. Chen opens the door. She recognizes him from photos Bobby sent home. You flew with my son. Rand nods. Mom, I need to tell you something. She invites him in. Tea. Silence. Then Rand speaks. Bobby died over Bremen. Flak. The aircraft burned. I was not there. But after he died, I volunteered for Operation Aphrodite, a program using flying bombs, remote-controlled aircraft packed with explosives. I thought if I could destroy enough German bunkers, if I could help end the war faster, maybe Bobby's death would mean something. Mrs. Chen listens. Her face is unreadable. Rand continues. We killed 16 American pilots. We destroyed 2 bunkers. 1 of our drones crashed into a German village. 47 children died. A school. He looks at her. His eyes are red. I tried to make Bobby's death mean something. I failed. I killed children trying to honor your son. Mrs. Chen is quiet for a long time. She pours tea. Her hands are steady. My son died because men started a war. You flew because men ordered you to fly. Children died because bombs do not care about intentions. She looks at Rand. You did not fail. You survived. That is not failure. That is life. Bobby would want you to live, not carry guilt forever. Rand's hands shake. The tea spills. I cannot stop seeing the photos. The German school. The children. Mrs. Chen's voice is soft but firm. Then you make sure it never happens again. You make sure the next war, the next weapons, they work better. They kill fewer innocents. You do not forget. But you do not waste your survival on guilt. Bobby would hate that. Rand cries for the first time since 1944. By 1950, the U.S. Air Force is testing jet-powered drones. By 1960, cruise missiles. By 1970, precision-guided munitions. By 1990, Tomahawk missiles hit targets in Iraq with GPS guidance. By 2001, Predator drones fly combat missions over Afghanistan. Every modern drone, every cruise missile, every unmanned system traces back to Operation Aphrodite. Back to summer 1944, when pilots flew aircraft packed with explosives and bailed out over the channel, hoping vacuum tubes and FM radio could guide flying bombs to German bunkers. The technology failed. The concept survived. In 2003, Major Henry Rand dies in a nursing home in Pennsylvania. Age 89, His obituary mentions World War II service. It does not mention Operation Aphrodite, still classified when he dies. In his belongings, his family finds letters, sealed, never sent. One to Bobby Chen's mother, one to his own mother, one to Lieutenant John Fisher. Fisher died in 1998, heart attack, age 77. His family finds similar letters, never sent. Both men carried Operation Aphrodite for the rest of their lives. Both volunteered repeatedly for missions that could kill them. Both survived when 16 others did not. Fisher's letter, opened by his daughter in 2004, contains one sentence. "I flew because someone had to. I survived because of luck. I lived with guilt because of that luck. But I would do it again, because that is what you do. You fly the mission. You accept the risk. You try to bring everyone home, even when you cannot." In 2024, an MQ-9 Reaper drone strikes a target in Yemen. The operator sits in Nevada, 7,000 miles away, air conditioning, coffee. The missile kills 3 insurgents, 0 collateral damage. 99% success rate. Joseph Kennedy Jr. died for 14% success rate and 47 dead children. Henry Rand flew missions knowing the drone would probably crash into a random village. He flew anyway. Orders. Was it worth it? Ask the German children who died in that schoolhouse in Neukirchen. Ask the 16 American pilots who vaporized over England. Ask the French and Belgian civilians killed when drones missed by miles. Or ask the drone operators today, flying missions with 99% accuracy, 0 pilot risk, precision that would have seemed like magic in 1944. The technology Kennedy died testing? It works now. The concept Rand flew into Germany? It is the future of warfare. Were 16 American lives and 126 civilian deaths worth that future? History does not answer that question. It just records the numbers. Operation Aphrodite, 14 missions, 16 dead, 2 targets destroyed, 126 civilians killed. Modern drones, 10,000 missions, 0 pilots lost, 90% accuracy. Civilian casualties reduced by 80% compared to conventional bombing. The math works out, eventually. But it took 80 years and rivers of blood to get there. In the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force, there is a small exhibit on Operation Aphrodite. A placard, a photograph of a gutted B-17, a list of 16 names. Most visitors walk past without stopping, but every drone pilot who visits stops at that exhibit. They read the names. They read the dates. They understand what those men were trying to do with vacuum tubes and FM radio and 10 tons of explosives. They were building the future, one failed mission at a time, and eventually, 70 years and 126 dead civilians later, that future arrived.